Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, V, and today we are actually not in front of a TV screen, but we are in another room. And actually today I wanted to do something a little bit different. As you may or may not know, on my Instagram you can see I'm a little crafty or more on the cosplay side. I'm very, experimental, I'll say. And I've been following this one creator called BlackSheepBones. I don't know, I'm gonna insert their Instagram for reference. And they released a guide for a bow shirt, I guess, and I'm gonna put this up the screen, but this is basically their website. So currently they don't have anything else to sell, but they usually also sell the thing they are selling as a guide. And yeah, today I wanted to try to do this roughly bow shirts guide. As you can already tell by this preview, this is how it's supposed to look like after all. And I did purchase that guide. That guide currently goes for 10 euros, which is 10 USD, I guess, roughly. And yeah, it's a complete guide to how to make these. So you do have like the preview right here, like what materials you need and what tools you need. Obviously a sewing machine, which I actually own. We're gonna jump into that part later. And yeah, and we need stuff. So I actually decided to thrift a shirt for this because it's my first attempt, and if I screw up, I'm like not that bothered by spending so much money on a shirt. So I actually got on Sellpy. I don't know if it's an international site or a German site, but it's a used stuff site where you can like send your stuff to, your clothes and accessories and shoes, whatever, and they sell it for you. And I've personally never tried it, but I purchased from there, and I actually got 2 pieces there. I'm not going to promote anything, but just wanted to say actually I was really happy with the service and overall experience. So the shirt I decided to go with, which I actually recently used in photos, which I'm like I don't want to use it to do that, but yeah, I'm trusting the process. We're gonna make it. I decided to use this shirt. Yeah, as you can tell, it's like purple striped shirt, and it's a men's large, I guess, men's large, so it fits oversized, which is also the key. Like, you don't want anything fitted, but you want an oversized shirt. So this is my project shirt. And then I went to the fabric store yesterday, and it was really hard deciding which fabric to get for the accent. Like, as you can see on the screen right here, it says an accent fabric. As you also can tell, I cannot zoom in on the picture, it says you need extra fabric for drawstrings and bows, and it recommends not doing anything too thin because you are making bows, which, as you can see on the first slide, and they have to stay up, of course, so no synthetic fabrics, I thought. So I was like aiming for a cotton fabric. And also you need like a ribbon for the drawstrings, of course, and this was also like, what color am I gonna get? Like, I wanted to fit the vibe of the shirt. So actually decided I actually didn't carry the shirt with me while I was at the fabric store, so I just eyeballed it. So I actually decided to use this ribbon. It's like a really light purple, but it's more in the blue section purple than in the pink section purple, and it's, I think, 6 meters of ribbon, so I think we have more than enough. And for fabric, I actually got this fabric, which has little circles, though, like, look like little flowers, and it's like really tiny. And it's actually, it's a sturdy cotton fabric. And so yeah, I got from this the ribbon I got 6 meters, and from this one I got 1 meter, since it's doubled, so it's basically 2 meters. So I think it should be enough. The instruction doesn't give you exact measurements. In some parts it does, which gets me to my point that I will not completely tell you what's in the instructions, since you have to pay for them. I don't want to violate the creator of this or like strip them from earning money, so I'm not gonna like disclose all the measurements and steps I take to make this, just to know, for you to know. If you want to recreate this, I mean, you can use it as this was as my guide, though I'm not recommending it because I know how to sew, but I do make a lot of mistakes too, so there's probably going to be a lot of cutting, but I mean, I hope for myself that I can get it right. But I just wanted to say it. If you want to recreate this, I really recommend you to buy the guide yourself. I'm going to link it down below in the description box, and I'm also going to link the account of the person so you can check them out yourself, since they made it public for you to recreate with a small fee. I think that's pretty fair, and I don't want to discourage you from purchasing it yourself to try it out, since I am also not recommending this as an official guide. I'm just doing this for funsies. So we have what you need. We've already gone through that. Materials, tools. I have a sewing machine. I have not brought it out yet. And it says iron. I hate ironing stuff. I probably not iron it. I read through the instructions and I know why you need an iron, and I don't want to use it. Yarn is of course, measuring tape is of course, hand sewing also makes sense. Hand sew needles, yeah. A lighter, yeah. I have synthetic ribbons, so yeah, we need to use a lighter in the end. Fabric scissors, I do have. Pins, of course. Tailor's chalk, I do also have. I do not have an overlock machine where I'm just gonna use a zigzag stitch, so that's that. And yeah, and after that, it's just them posing with the final product. As you can tell, there's ribbons in the front and there's ribbons in the back. Yeah, so we're gonna recreate all of that. So I think that's like the first thing we have now, and next thing you'll see is me jumping into the sewing. So we're starting off by laying the shirt flat on the ground and taking a measure to measure the channels where the ribbon is gonna go through in the future. And it's always dependent on the shirt you use because it's always different, the length and everything and how you like it. For me it was 50 centimeters at this point. And yeah, then we also go straight ahead to the fabric and cut out the stripes we need. We need 4 in total, 2 for the front and 2 for the back, and I almost did it the wrong way. Of course you use the wrong side for the markings, not the good side. And yeah, now I'm using a keyboard to actually make straight lines because I don't have a ruler. But you will see later that I will not be using this thing often because I get lazy with these projects and using like an actual measure and everything, so I just eyeball it. Good thing is you have to do the edges of these fabrics after all, so it doesn't really matter if the edges are like straight or not. So yeah, here I am doing the parts. As I said already, we need 4 of these. Yeah, and here we have the final stripes. We need 4 of them, and yeah, as you can see, I have them all. Now I'm going on to the bow parts where there are measurements for that in the sewing pattern, so I'm not going to disclose them, but yeah, they are bigger and broader, as you can see by my measuring. And yeah, see the keyboard box is gone. Oh, and now it's coming back. Okay, I wasn't sure anymore. Good. It's come back, and we are tracing that, and we also need 4 pieces of that because we have 4 bows to make. So here are the 4 pieces. We have them all together now. So now we actually have all the pieces done with cutting. And yeah, I'm just gonna move away the rest of the fabric, and we're gonna go into, and so these parts, yeah, I pinned them down, but you actually need to iron them down. And then in the end I actually decided to actually iron them because yeah, as you see here, it's way easier, and I ironed each of them, so it is way more neat and way easier to actually work with them for the future. So now we're getting back to the shirt. So now we actually are laying them down, the ironed down stripes, and actually pinning them down too to prepare to sew them on. And the pinning was such a hassle because I don't know, it's so hard to not pinch through the second layer of the fabric. So yeah, as you can see, I partially unbuttoned the shirts to get these needles through, which it was really annoying, especially the back part, since there's no buttons to open up. Like, you really need to get in there and yeah, try to not pinch through two sides of fabric. So yeah, this is the back here, and yeah, after this we're gonna go and sew these onto the shirt. So now we're starting to actually clean off the edges. You have one part which doesn't get closed shut, so of course we need to sew it shut so it doesn't unravel, and that's what I'm basically doing on all four sides of the shirt, as you can see for one example on this one. Yeah, so now we're sewing on the stripes for each, and as the instructions said, I used the zigzag stitch, the really fancy one, so this took quite a while to sew because, as you can see, it makes many stitches at once. I mean, it makes it very secure, but it was really a hassle, and I had to change out my my yarn once since it was empty. My under yarn, I don't know what it's called actually. But yeah, that's me just doing that. Yeah, and of course we have the stitches on the outside, and of course you need to do one in the middle. I decided to do a straight stitch in the middle since it will be just to keep the ribbon secured. So yeah, that's what I did for all four of these. Yeah, so after you're done with all the sewing, you have to put the ribbon through. And this was the most annoying thing ever. Like, I went through so many safety pins because they started to deform inside the tunnels. And this one is an example of me failing in the end, actually. I managed to do all of them off camera. I thought it was just so infuriating. I didn't film it, but this is basically how you do it. Of course, you do it while you actually make it through, but yeah, this took a lot of time to make, and but yeah, I did it. I did it. So it's the end of filming day one. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna continue the project since we're not done. We have to do the bows completely, and yeah, the bows mainly, yeah, and then some other things. But yes, next time you see me, it's the next day, so let's head to the next day. So now we are at the next day, and today we are continuing with the bow parts. So here are the four stripes we already prepared, and right now we are marking a 45-degree angle, as you can see on the ruler, and to cut off the edge of each of these stripes. Yeah, so now we cut all the edges off. We have to sew not all around yet, we are just closing the open sides and leaving a small gap to flip them over. And yeah, before flipping them over, you need to cut a little corner off from the edge, which I'm doing also on all the four ones. So that's me done with all the four pieces, and now we flip them inside out. And now we have got to sew them all around once to close the final gap and just have a clean finish overall. And here you're gonna see me soon after, yeah, right now there my needle broke and I of course fixed it, and now continuing to sew them. And this also marks the end of day 2. I didn't finish that much, but next step is gonna be on the shirt again, so you're gonna see another time jump. So now we are at the shirt and we are preparing the bows. Yeah, so you have to put them on all the four, above all the 4 tunnels evenly. That's what I'm doing right now, and I'm pinning them down. And I actually don't have any more sewing in this video. I'm just gonna jump to them being sewn on. Yeah, and as I'm showing 4 times, and now I have the base sewed on, and now we are gonna cut the ribbon for the bows. And I don't show any of the sewing no more, because this is basically hand sewing at this point. I will prepare the bows, the shape of the bows, and then you will hand sew the ribbon onto them, because you cannot do that with the machine. And I didn't want to record that because that wouldn't have been informing. So yeah, this is just me measuring, since there are again measurements. I went a little bit above the measurements too, which was a good choice. So I realized through this project that every measurement is literally like so different regarding the shirt you use. Like I did miscalculate a lot of measurements. Actually, I started them too low, and you will see in the end clip that I sewed them higher to adjust them. And yeah, here you can see what I'm basically gonna do. I'm putting the ribbons in, and I'm gonna sew that part shut. As you can see right now, I'm doing this with all sides, of course. So yeah, that's the end of that. So this is the end result, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. You could have opened the sides and sew them shut, but I didn't do that. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but for now I'm going to keep it like that, and it actually looks really cute. Yeah, as I'm saying, I adjusted the bows a little bit, but I mean, everything is so scrunchy, so I don't think it matters that much look-wise. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little sewing part, and maybe you learned something, maybe not. I will link the sewing pattern down below and advise you maybe to do it yourself. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!